sad about it, so sad about it.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season, still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Hunt, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 18.
I got you.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Garoppolo on the screen. This is Coleman. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Kill. Protein spill. Hey, alert.
Twist. Watch the twist.
21.
Watch the shift. Shift.
Check.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. The corner, Perry Nickerson, had to tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here we go. 180.
Mark 54. I'm here all day.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. '49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong, you know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Here we go, here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Check 50, 80 weapon.
Watch twins.
Shift. 21.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
36,
12, fellas, here we go.
Switch. Check.
12, fellas, here we go.
On first down, here's Breida. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On second down now, it's Coleman, and this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Brings up third down and 11.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We're scoreless after one.
Here we go. Black 80. 65, 65. Jim. Check 50, check 50. Begin.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, the game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
Let's go.
First down.
You got tape.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
No, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position, a couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense. Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Yo.
In his own end zone, it's Garoppolo. This one complete to Coleman. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Here we go.
Check 49.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Garoppolo now. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
3 bugs. Switch gears. Watch the ship. Alert 3.
2nd and 2. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st down, Seattle.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They'll look to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Check 41.
Back to throw here, and he completes it to Hunt. I call it no gain there on the 1st down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. Defense wins championships, baby.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
11.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. It's caught by Coleman. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll be second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Under 10. Watch the
24-yard line.
There's Garoppolo to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Here we go.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
White.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Here we go. 180. That's the way. Watch tight end's right.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A big play there for the Niners. Give him 42 yards on the ground. Great run there, but it looked like they were going to have him for the stop. He was able to push through. They didn't wrap up defensively.
No, they didn't. All credit to the runner for making it happen, breaking through some contact and going a long way. But the defensive guys, when they watch this on tape, they're not going to be real happy with themselves. They had a great opportunity that they let slip through their hands.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Flush to his right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
A little bit of space there for the 1st down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. 2nd and 5. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give them 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Garoppolo gives to Breida, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. This is Coleman with a grab. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You're down on the scoreboard, and this is not what you want to see, 99 yards of field in front of you.
Yeah, it just shows how important a good punter can be and how that person can really help out a team. Guarantee you his agent can be taking that video clip in on the next contract negotiation, don't you think?
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. This is Carson. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Here's Carson. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
He's going to loft one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Hey, box drop, box drop. Hey, come on, El, come on, El. Check, check. Get hot, check.
To throw is Garoppolo. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Dante Fowler, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Lock, lock, lock. Smooth.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. He's got him in, complete. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's caught. It's Coleman. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Garoppolo, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
21. 61. Matchbox lights. 21.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Garoppolo. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he cuts it out right sideline. Some space here. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
Little salt, little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Garoppolo now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
From the 39, Garoppolo. That'll be complete to Breida. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with this 4-point 4th quarter lead.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Second and 11. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down, Seahawks.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Hunt. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Second and 13. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Oh, no, he lost the football. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick six. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
21.
Garoppolo now completes it to Coleman. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Open man is Samuel, complete. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On second down, it's Hunt, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Seahawks on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They run with Hunt. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go.
They run again with Hunt. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. 1-possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. He'll look to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh. Get it.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down.
Ready?
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. Tried the hard count, but to no avail.
Trying to do anything to get them to jump off sides and pick up a first down easily. Instead, it goes against them.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Seahawks, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they'll drop to 10-4 on the year, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Came to win.
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright.
Yep.
I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the wind. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Uno, no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that.